guys, going to be making a little quick video about rinseless washing and showing you how to do it, as well as trying out a few different methods and alternatives in terms of doing it to different levels, like just quick wash, decon, and I'm just going to take you guys through it. We're going to try some different things, processes, and see which one works best. And as a mobile detailer, what's the most effective?
Super filthy hood, by the way. It's just a thick layer of dirt, grime, and dust. And all you're gonna need is a bucket, water, no rinse, and any sort of all-purpose cleaner.
So let's get straight to it. The first thing you want to do is you want to add your O&R to your bucket of your water, clean water, and your sponge. You want to add, I believe it's half an ounce per gallon. So this is a 4-gallon bucket. That means 2 capsules, unless like a huge one. Add 2 of these, maybe roughly. First thing you want to do is you want to rinse the area. And let's say you're in a situation where you have a little bit of water and you only have a pump sprayer. I'm going to emulate that with my little hose gun. So rinse the area first. Rinse it lightly. By the way, this water has O&R as well, so the sponge and the water. So if you're doing a rinseless wash, you're probably going to have a pump sprayer, either like a lawn care one, like a 2-gallon, or just a gallon or half a gallon. You only need a little bit of water based on the instruction. You just want to rinse that area where you're going to be working. So just do panel by panel, section by section. And we start off with just rinsing with the O&R. We're going to use a sponge. So this is the big red sponge from Optimum. It's supposed to work hand in hand with it. Right, so all you got to do is let it glide across the paint, and you do a few passes like this. Don't put too much pressure, let it work by itself. So you can see all that dirt and stuff collecting the top surface of the sponge and inside. So you do a few passes and you flip. Just a little bit of pressure, just enough so that it's working. Let it work, you don't have to force it or anything. So after you do a few passes with both sides, take the sponge back into the bucket. You rinse it out and until the point where it's dripping a little bit of water. Add a little more, it's dripping a little bit of water. I mean, it's perfect. Now we move on to the next area. Same thing.
So for this portion, I decided to do a voiceover instead. The surface turned out pretty clean and smooth overall, even prior to the clay bar, and it was pretty quick. It took only like 4 or 5 minutes to clean the surface. The next step is I'm going to use wax as a clay lube and a clayment to fully decontaminate the surface, and then I'm just going to dry it off because we use wax as a clay lube. So.
Alright, I clayed the entire surface. I'm gonna hang this up right here. Let's grab a clean microfiber and dry off the surface. It was also pretty good. I can't say this is like, how would you change this up for just a simple wash? What would you do differently? I mean, I wouldn't clay, like it's just a waste of time. It's too much time. If it's just like you're just doing an express wash and wax, this doesn't make sense financially at all whatsoever. So what would you do differently? Maybe I'd start off with just rinsing the area using a degreaser, and then the sponge, and like guess that would be enough for us. It turned out pretty good. I can't say. Turned out pretty.
So I decided to do another voiceover for this portion because I thought it would just be better to speed this up and show a little bit of B-roll footage of me doing the side door panels as well as the back trunk and roof. Yeah, it was pretty quick. I just dropped that, no big deal, because you can just dip it back in the bucket, squeeze it out, and you're all good. Right, so I did the door panels and I did the door panels the same way as I did the hood, as well as the fender as well. I did the same way, and then when I moved to the back, I ended up just I used an all-purpose cleaner. I used a Optimum Power Cleaner, which is just a strong all-purpose cleaner. And instead of clay barring, I just used that as a pre-wash, and then I rinsed it down a little bit, and then finished with the sponge and some wax, just to kind of get a comparison of both. Obviously, the clay in a way is better because it's like more thorough. It takes like care of all the embedded particles and stuff like that. But overall, I think a lot of people could find this helpful, especially if you're in an area that has limited water. I definitely still think this is a viable option to wash your car, and even if you want to do a clay bar, it may take a little bit more time, but it still is effective, I think. And I think it's really helpful for people who need to get it done and don't have access to water. But on another note, I do want to apologize for the video quality and the editing. I'm really trying to get better at it, but it's not my strong suit, and I'm definitely struggling with it a little bit. It's pretty annoying, frustrating to edit these videos, and considering the way I filmed it wasn't ideal, especially for a YouTube video. I'm getting better, I'm learning, so I do apologize for that, and I will try my best to do better in the future, and just make higher quality videos. So thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna play the rest of the B-roll. Just leave me a comment if you enjoyed this type of content, and subscribe if you want to see a little bit more. Thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, what I meant was, as an alternative, I would have just used an all-purpose cleaner and the rinseless wash if it was just a regular exterior detail without a clay bar.